The history of the church in Sardis takes on something of the history of Sardis itself, and the characteristics of Sardis are replicated in the church. I suppose that's inevitable, that the culture that shapes the place where we live is likely most to impinge on ourselves. However, let's think about this. In Sardis, which was a vastly wealthy place and almost impregnable, the people there had a false sense of security. In the year 546 before Christ, the Persian ruler Cyrus came and besieged the city. But Croesus, who was the ruler at the time, wasn't really that bothered. He thought, we can just ride it out. We have great resources here, and those who are besieging us will really not do very well. They'll just go away after a period of time. 2 weeks into the siege, Cyrus offered a reward for those who could find a way into the city. The sheer sides of that city were so high it almost seemed impossible, but one of the soldiers noticed that someone on the wall of the city had dropped his hat and had scrambled down on this crevice to retrieve it. So he thought there must be a way. It was a way. And one night, Cyrus's troops scaled the walls up the crevice and entered and captured the city. Sometime later, in the year 218, Sardis was besieged again, this time by Antiochus. And you never believe it, but the same thing happened. Somehow their defences made them overconfident, and that was the beginning of their ruin. They were captured a second time. Now, in this letter, Jesus stresses his universal grip on everything, the words of him who has the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know your works, I know you've got a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Wake up and strengthen what remains and is about to die. You're just overconfident. You're just resting on your laurels. Maybe you've got a great history, a great heritage. Maybe you've got godly people amongst you, but you can't rely on that. You have to stir yourself, be alive, a living congregation of godly people. Wake up, stir yourself, be alert, keep watchful, keep on guard. Satan will use old tricks. He'll use the same devices that he's used in previous generations. He's really not very creative, but then he doesn't need to be when we fall into those same old traps. Formal religion, dead religion, won't help anybody. You've got to keep your heart hot. You've got to keep your eye cleanly on the Lord Jesus Christ. The one who conquers, he says, will be clothed in white garments, and I will never blot his name out of the book of life. I will confess his name before my Father, before his angels. Listen, you don't want Satan tricking you. He says, I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what hour I will come against you. You don't want Jesus coming against you like a thief. Wake up. Keep alert. Be on side. Be ready. Jesus can come, and he wants to reward a faithful people who are looking for his coming.